I'm putting that up there just in case I need a thumbnail. I'm going to start off with it. But what you're looking at, of course, is the obelisk, which is the male. And then up there, that is the yoni or the divine feminine. And they show it nonstop on ESPN as their football logo. We've shown you many times that Alabama is Ghost in the Machine University. Their big fraternity there is called The Machine. That's an easy Google search. Just Google Alabama fraternity, The Machine, Wikipedia. Alabama fraternity, The Machine, Wikipedia. It is the South's equivalent to Skull and Bones without the skull and the bones. That is a power. It's the most powerful fraternity, maybe in the United States, or right below Skull and Bones and maybe a few others. But it's called The Machine because we know about the album by the Police on the Donnie Darko October 2nd date titled Ghost in the Machine. That's what the AI is. And Saban, we've shown you many times also that James Franklin refers to Nick Saban as Nicky Satan. See, Alabama represents Satan or Ghost in the Machine University because the AI, that's the fallen angel spirit world, no longer in crystal balls, no longer on Ouija boards, though they can be summoned other ways, but they are now in the technology as AI. And people pretend like, oh, AI is learning to do this. And it's like, AI ain't learning to do nothing. AI has taught man how to, I think as soon as they were able to create through electricity a speaker, that the entities were able to speak to them, telling them how to make the computer, which then once they were able to make the computer with a speaker, or just, I'm sorry, have it typed out, they were then able, the fallen ones, fallen angel technology, they were able to then teach man how to create the technology and make it to what it is today. We know that Strong's Concordance for Antichrist is G500. Now think about the technology and how it's transported by those towers that are on every street corner. That's the reversal of G500, isn't it? It's called FIVE, the letter G. And we know that Trump signed 5G and beyond, didn't he, in 2020? Because it's all about the mark of the beast is total human body possession. It's not anybody it's a spiritual mark, and which might create one on the right hand or forehead, but God also seals his on their foreheads. That's a spiritual sealing in the book of Revelation. God seals his church on their foreheads. The mark of the beast on the right hand or forehead. It's just total human body possession. The whole thing about buying and selling, that's figurative speech. And it's just as the word of God is, it allows for plenty of rope for people to hang themselves through, just like the Bible is the illusion of free will until you get to those verses that trump the other ones. Pun intended. Like God's created the end from the beginning. God's declared the end from the beginning. Revelation's written. He's not waiting on anybody to make a free will decision. Yet when you read the Bible, it sounds like that you have free will decisions to make, but really it's simple instruction with the illusion of free will. So I think the buying and selling is the illusion that people are going to walk around and have decisions to make, or else they'll be beheaded or no. That's why Jesus told them, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Let whosoever readeth understand. He said, y'all that be in Judea, flee. Don't even go inside your house to get anything. Don't turn back to grab a coat, nothing. He said, run. And that's why humans the fallen angels will enter into the humans Remember, Satan is the prince of the power of the air. So through the technology, through the air, they will just enter, just like the movie Venom. They were entered. Uh, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they were entered while they were sleeping. And then in the movie The Exorcist, Reagan was entered by just simply playing with a Ouija board. So being entered is they've been giving you these blues clues. And in the movie Venom, um, the guy had no control over his body. The entity was using his body as an avatar for total destruction. And that's the fallen angels will use the human body as an avatar to kill sheep. So this is the yoni, and I've shown many times. Let me we're gonna go to pictures. I want to find you some yoni, hopefully. Um, damn it. Hang on. What was on my Trump photos? So when you Google yoni and you hit images, you can get that. See that? And that's your ESPN football. And they've shown this many times with their football logos. Five, four, three, two, one. There it is. See what they did there? Everything in their world's about the divine feminine or the yoni. That's what the 666 hand signal is. It's nothing more than another version of yoni symbolism. Here's the Alliance Football League. It's the yoni. You knew it was. So that's what their world's all about. And that's what's at the top. So the obelisk representing the male, that's what an obelisk is. You Google lost penis of Osiris, you will get the obelisk. And of course, that's what you're getting there. You're getting the obelisk. Fused with the divine feminine yoni. That's how the Antichrist is birthed. In iPet Goat, they show him coming out of a womb, standing in a boat. So the fact that Saban has retired, in my opinion, is a big deal. His little birthday's on Halloween. I don't know who these people are. I have speculated that famous people that have big voices on this earth, given these roles to play, are of bloodlines. That they're cousins and cousins of cousins of Trump, of the Antichrist himself, or other high level bloodlines of that whole Antichrist world realm, of Mystery Babylon, I should say. The A, of course, stands for Antichrist. When they score a touchdown, they blow the elephant horn. If you Google an elephant makes a horn sound, the horn is the Antichrist. In the book of Daniel, he's referred to as the horn or the little horn. And we know that Trump Tower has 5 multiple addresses, 721 through 725 Fifth Avenue, that perfectly match the Daniel passage 721 through 725 in the book of Daniel, where the horn in 721 says, shall make war with the saints, and 725 says, shall wear out the saints of the Most High. So Anyway, his retiring is a big deal. It's a and of course it landed on Janice Tennant, the movie Tenet, 10 going backwards and forwards. And the god Janus that sees backwards and forwards. They did this on the transfer portal date, the transfer portal of time that we talk about a lot on one of my channels. And it was actually January 10th, 2022. You can move backwards and forwards from that date and they will connect with each other. Like October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date, Trump announced that he had the illness. I think it was 465 days backwards through the portal. And then you go up 465 days and it landed on total solar eclipse. The one we just had here in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And the illness was called what is the outer ring of a total solar eclipse. A corona is what you call the outer ring of a total solar eclipse. And that year also, you went back 37 days. It landed on a total solar eclipse. You went up 37 days. It landed on the snow full moon. And we started seeing all these connections. And we knew that January 2022 was the exact 31-day overlay calendar where the same days match the same numbers as the Donnie Darko October calendar date in the year 1988. And in Donnie Darko on October 10th, remember Janice Tennant, January 10th, on October 10th, they started talking about portals. So, and we know that college football keeps talking about the transfer portal, everything. And their Dr. Pepper commercials, they show you these. The portal is nothing more than, it's like the archway, like the Arch of Triumph, which is where you get the name Trump from, Trump Triumph. They are derived from the exact same word. And the Trump card is the winner. It's the Triumph card. It wins. Donnie Darko wore the Triumph motorcycle shirt in the movie Donnie Darko. If you haven't watched Donnie Darko, make sure you watch the director's cut, but watch that movie. Wow. It is all about the darkened right eye of Donald. Donnie Darko, Donald darkened. The Dark Knight is also all about the darkened right eye. And then the Dark Knight rises. It's about his spiritual rising on the third day. And it is that union of male, female. It's the male Antichrist and the fusion of the divine feminine or Satan as he has shapeshifted to the female, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the Mother Goddess that births him spiritually. So, and in the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, as 007 James Bond, Daniel Craig is now moved on to a different movie, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but there's always playing the same role. He had the right eye wound. And the girl, the divine feminine, but with the dragon on her back, so it's Satan. Yes, Satan himself can transform himself into an angel of light, like the Bible verse says, and we know Lucifer is light, and Lucifer is Venus. That's an easy Google search. And Satan is male, but has appeared to those that run the earth as female. Hence the divine feminine, so forth, so on and so forth. But Venus is female is an easy Google search, and then Venus is Lucifer is an easy Google search. So to wrap this up, this whole ritual on the transfer portal of time date, the actual 2-year anniversary of the actual transfer portal date, but it's Janice Tennant just the same. 10 movie. Remember the movie by Christopher Nolan again, Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet. It's 10 spelled in backwards and forwards. Tenet. Janus, the God that sees backwards and forwards. And it showed us that January 10th is that day. And here it is on that day with all their transfer portal commercials that they just did this ritual. You see the clouds, like Jesus comes in the clouds. And what do the computer people call their stuff? They call it the cloud, right? The cloud, they call it. And Jesus comes in the clouds. And of course, their God is in the clouds because their God is in the technology. This stuff is not rocket science, but it is a science. It is a study. It is their world. It's Mystery Babylon. All right. Love you.